It's you again. Happy New Year. Man, 1974 was a crazy year. Our corrupt president resigned and, oh wait, wrong year, wrong president. No, our current president, there's no way he's going to resign. He has no self-respect. But it has been a crazy year. If you take a look at my setup here in the basement, it does look like we've gone back in time. We got a full POTS line with enough telephone setups for a commercial building. I don't know why the previous owners would possibly need this set up unless they were running a huge business out of this house. And maybe they were. Or maybe this was a secret hideout for like the FBI or something. Anyway, I can rip this all out, right? None of it should be used. I could just turn the circuit breaker off, no problem. As I soon discovered, turning off the circuit breaker to the telephone, to the two circuit breakers, my telephone, also turns off my internet. Not a good idea. But I can shut off the snow melt, right? Turns out the original owners had put in a snow melt in the driveway right in front of the house so that the snow would always not stick and be melted, any ice, so that when visitors come, not a problem. But I guess they never told the owners that came after the original owner. So when the second owner decided to repave the driveway, he didn't know about it. So he had the contractor rip up the driveway and the snow melt was no longer there. However, the panel's still here and it's been on for the last 15 years or so while it's been powering nothing. So still trying to figure out how to turn this off. There's a circuit breaker, so I should be able to turn the circuit breaker off, yes? No, once again, as I discovered, if I turn the circuit breaker for the snow melt off, my doorbell stopped working. This house is complicated. There are so many gotchas in this house. We've been trying to get a handyman in since probably about mid-December to try to fix some of our issues. We haven't really gotten a ton of response. We had somebody come in here and take a look through the house through all of our issues, but we haven't gotten a quote yet. The positive side is that we've been able to have some time to mess with some of this stuff ourselves. For example, light switches. As you can see, these were previously labeled, but they don't seem to control anything, or at least nothing that we can tell. So I've got question marks labeled on them. What we've started to do is, if a switch is damaged, meaning it's stuck or whatever broken, or if a light doesn't seem to work, or a switch doesn't seem to do anything, we started swapping out switches. Fun. The positive is that we were able to get the lights in Maria's office working. Yay. And I only got electrocuted a couple of times. No, but really, I've started to document the house. Can you believe that we have 552 light bulbs in this house? 552. 21 different types of bulbs. How is that possible? I've got a storage room downstairs just for lights. We call it the light room, so we can have all the lights labeled and in a row so that when something goes wrong, we'll know what to switch out. It's insane. So that brings us to the project of the day. How do I bring my electric bill down? As you can see from everything that we talked about today, trying to see if I can shut down things that either we don't need, like the ice machine that we shut down, or, things like the phone system, the snow melt that actually no longer work, but somehow are still plugged in. Trying to shut down circuit breakers didn't quite work the way I wanted them to. So we do need to find ways to try to reduce our electricity bills. Yeah, I know, 500 plus light bulbs in the house and more appliances than we know what to do with. I get it. It's going to be an expensive house. That being said, there's got to be ways that I can, try to reduce the cost. LEDs have been installed for the most part where we can. Halogens are what they are. They're not as bad as incandescent, but they're still electric hogs. But we do need to figure out what else we can do. We do have air handlers that handle our heat. And there is, of course, a lot of house to try to manage from a heating and cooling perspective. Our smart thermometer is the way to go. And what temperature do you have your thermometer set at? Especially in areas of the house that you don't use that much. Are there good temperatures to set things at where, one, I won't freeze every time I walk in the room, but is warm enough where, I don't have to worry about things breaking. We have timers on our outdoor lights. What are good times to set them at? I have most of them turning on when the sun sets, but should I have them on all night? Should I have them on till midnight? Should I have them on till 10? I'm not sure what is standard practice. We never kind of worried about that kind of stuff before, but best practice is there as well. I think the house is well insulated enough where we're not losing a lot of heat because of cold air coming in or through the walls or through windows and doors. But there's got to be a way I can save on electricity. So let me know what you think. Would love to hear from you about any suggestions you may have. In the meantime, again, if you like what you're seeing and you want to continue to follow along, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And hope to see you again soon. Once again, Happy New Year. And hope 2021 is going to be better than 2020. Cheers.